Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for joining me for another talk regarding truth in life and certain topics that I've been able to go and learn for myself and want to just be able to share it with you. Today's topic, we're going to talk about authentic leadership. Of course, if you've seen my other podcasts, you know I'm big on leadership. So, authentic leadership and discovering your true self because you want to be able to walk in your purpose. And so many people that I've talked to, okay, who have shared that they don't know their purpose or they're not sure what they're meant to do, or, if they're in a dry season and they're trying to get answers and trying to figure things out and they don't know really what they should do or who they are. So these are just some tips that I want to share with you to help you just learn yourself. Not You may not know everything all at once or even after this session here, but it's some guidance again to be able to help you through just trying to be your best, unique, authentic self. So, authentic leadership, okay? Um, what I've learned that it is a style of leadership that emphasizes being true to oneself, aligning your actions, your thoughts, your values that you currently have, and of course, learning to build and grow those values into genuine relationships with other people. Because for one, they will people will let you know if you fake or phony, or if they don't think that you're being genuine, or they just won't fool with you anymore. Okay, so some things that I've been able to just put together in a framework to help you. Okay. One of the things that I've done to help with myself is self awareness. Where am I? Who am I? What is it about me that can bring value to other people? Uh, so, trying to do a deep dive and studying the things that I know about myself, that I also reflect on those values that I do know that are real good. Reflect on the values that bring out my true beliefs of values and standards that I have, that I stand on, um, my strengths, my weaknesses, things that I don't do well. Um, Focus on some of that sometimes to be able to sharpen that, fix that, correct those types of things. Um, and what helps me to be motivated, you know, self awareness, um, being motivated to do things um, that I enjoy, that will help me become a better leader, a better authentic person when I'm speaking or I'm talking to others, right? So, one of those things is knowing myself. So, get to know yourself and have self awareness, because this is one of the cornerstones of leading with integrity and authenticity. Excuse me, authenticity. Um, you want to be able to lead others where you have also been, your strengths, what you really truly know to be true, and just build on that, right? Take the time to reflect on those particular types of values and strengths. So when you're sharing your principles and your standards, it will come across again authentic and genuine, and people will be able to see that you are truly who you say you are to be. And and if you're quite good at it, you will be a good leader, and leaders will know how to share and bring others along to help them become the type of person that they are meant to be. So, Another thing that has helped me is alignments, right? Valuing my alignments um, that I identify as core values that help me to ensure that my alignment and actions line up and decision making line up as a good leader, not bringing not only myself into an improper place, but others who may be watching and who may be following. Authentic leaders operate from a place of integrity and consistency. So for me, I try my best to be consistent, a good, positive consistency of living and staying true to, again, the values that I believe my mother and father have instilled in me, my pastor has instilled in me, um, my family, my loved ones, my friends, my wife, that have instilled in me certain things that I may have not known about myself, that they have spoken into my life and said, "You do this well, Johnnie." And I take those and say, "Oh, okay." Some things I was not aware of, but there, here we go again, being having self awareness. So um, you want to be able to lead by example. Actions have always spoke louder than words. Children will know that you love them by giving them time, not just telling them, "I'm gonna spend time with you, I'm gonna spend time with you, I'm gonna spend time with you." They know and they feel and they understand time as love. So action speaks louder than words. So we need to model our behaviors again to be true in our actions, in our values, in our demonstration to others that our actions and our decisions mean that we care about you or we value you. You are important enough to us that I have been able to show and share my actions with you. And in doing so, this will build credibility and trust. Truth in life, you want to be able to build credibility and trust with people. Okay? Stay true to the values that you do know of. We're all going to keep learning and keep evolving and keep growing in this lifetime, in this life journey. The values that you do know, keep working on them, get better at them, keep showing strength in this type of practice so your core values come second nature to you. Okay, when you make a decision to believe what is right and follow after it, if you see something that appears to be wrong, challenge it. You do not have to accept anything or everything someone throws at you. Integrity means you will stand firm on what is true, what you know to know what is to be correct. All right. So this will help you with being stronger ethically and morally sound. Another thing is being transparent and honest when faced with some difficult choices. You know, it's not always easy um, when you're faced with something that is difficult and you have to be honest with the person or the persons that something has happened, you've made a mistake, um, you didn't mean to make the mistake, and it may be truly, truly embarrassing for you. But the transparency is, you know what? You have to own up to it. And once you share that truth, it's not as bad as in your mind you may take it or may think it to be. Okay. One day I was I was driving along the road and I hit a bump and a curve I hit, and I was so embarrassed. I had never been in this type of predicament or accident before, so I had to share, with my wife and my family, and also State Farm, what happened. It wasn't anything that I meant to do. The transparency was I was driving. There was a big pothole that I hit. The pothole made the car go into the curb, and I hit the curb, damaged the rim, and had to get the car fixed. Um, Once I shared this information with the wife and the family, first thing they want to know was I okay. I wasn't even thinking in those lines, but they want to know, hey, Johnny, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. Just a little embarrassed. Once I shared with my State Farm agent, they were like, hey, Johnny, things like this happen. We've seen worse. We're going to send someone out to do an estimate on the cars, to estimate on the damage, and we'll go from there. The next day, they sent the agent out to the house. They came, took a look at the car, took pictures, wrote up an estimate. It was really fast and quick, and got back to me. It was like, Johnny, hey, we're gonna go on and send the car to one of the repair places of your choices. Here's the list. We're gonna cover the damages. You're good to go. And it was just that easy. But in my head, of course, in the thrust of everything, I was embarrassed. So just being able to share what really truly happened made things go much easier. There was less stress. There was less anxiety. So just practicing being open and openness and honest in the communication helped me get another notch and grow as a leader and say, you know what, it's okay. Nothing happened that was intentional. The decisions that I made and the shortcomings that happened was able to be corrected and fixed um, within a day or two. And at that point, I just need to exercise patience, patience because I got a rental car. My car was in the shop for a few days. After it was all done, I received a phone call from them, went to take a look at it, checked it, gave my approval that everything was repaired satisfactory, let State Farms know, returned the rental car, and voila, I was back to an unmarked, undamaged vehicle. So the transparency that I shared, um, it allowed my wife and family to know and trust that if something happens to me, I am going to communicate that. It allowed State Farm to know that, hey, if something happens, I'm going to communicate that. So communication openly um, is very helpful for me in this particular situation, State Farms and others, again, to show my accountability. Okay. Um, Another thing with showing um, great authentic leadership is empathy and compassion. And when something happens, like in my situation that happened, I received empathy. Um, I was shown empathy and compassion, in which when you receive it and you identify what this looks like, this will help you share compassion and empathy towards others when something happens in their life that you may be faced with as a leader to say, okay, if something happened, you're going to need to be able to share or give direction or guidance, but empathy and compassion, just like you were shown empathy and compassion, right? Because from their perspective, they may be in a frenzy, or their emotions may be high or frantic or scared. And you just basically want to lead and treat them with kindness and respect, and let them know that, you know what, I too have been through this, or been through something, and it's going to be okay. All right. So, um, and even with me sharing this story, authentic leadership, I want to say, share your stories, have the courage to be vulnerable. Um, Good leaders, when they empathize and show compassion, they're able to embrace their vulnerability and show and share their strength as well as their weaknesses, so that they will be able to show, especially when people look at you in high regard, they can look at you, and they see that your human side, um, and know that everyone makes mistakes. Everyone go through pitfalls and potholes, um, unexpectedly. And when they happen, you just want to be able to share your vulnerability and connect with that person deeper than just the surface thing. And even be willing to share and show how you can help them. Ask them, can you help them? And hopefully they allow you to help them in their specific situation. So whether it's like in my situation, I felt loved and compassion and trust, right? Um, all the way around. So you too can just basically embrace the vulnerability. So embracing the vulnerability shows my character, my strength as a leader, to not be afraid to show, hey, again, that I've made a mistake, own up to my mistake, and take and make a funny story out of it, you know, um, after it's all said and done. And you've heard people say this before, we're going to look back on this and just laugh, laugh, laugh. And now we do laugh. I've never looked at a curve the same since. So, authentic, authenticity in decision making, right? So, in making decisions that are true to your values and principles, even if they are difficult or unpopular, okay? Authentic leaders prioritize what is right over what is expected of them, and willing to take and stand for what they believe in. Again, getting some standards, sharpening those values, and then standing on them. Another thing that helps with sharpening is listening, active listening. Some people, a lot of people, they will hear that you're talking and speaking, but they're not truly listening to what you're truly saying. And sometimes that can get very annoying, especially when there's something important that's coming down the pipe, right? So you want to be able to pay attention to the perspectives, concerns, and feedback of others that are speaking to you. Give them your undivided attention. Take a second, breathe, and listen to what they have to say for that moment, and move forward. Um, I remember back in the day when President Bill Clinton was running for president, and I would listen and hear different people say when Mr. Bill Clinton was in their presence, he stopped, he would turn, and he would pay attention and give that particular person his undivided attention as if they were the only person in the room. And he would do that often. As a leader, he would stop and listen and pay attention and to have that person know and show that he's giving them his undivided attention. That made a true strong statement for me to see someone of that caliber on that level stop and do that to several people that he was walking across, walking in certain events. Um, this, I believe, showed great character and strength for uh, Mr. Bill Clinton, and showed that he was a good, strong leader, and he valued the input of people, and he was able to hear them and understand what they were saying and have that moment with them because it was just a moment. Okay. So in that moment, he empowered others. He empowered others to hear. And if he gave advice, he gave advice for them to be active to what they were asking him for. Okay. So providing opportunities to grow by listening, providing opportunities to be a good decision maker by listening, and empowering them from the information they've received. Okay. You want to be able to trust the abilities and support of what someone has said and shared is going to work and are going to put you in a better place because they gave you advice that you believe is helpful. Okay. So as an authentic leader and strengthen yourself as a leader, you want to be continuously learning and growing, um, just as a good human being, as a good person, as a good professional, professional development, as a good teacher, as a good athlete, whatever the case may be. You want to continuously be growing and learning, um, so you don't get stagnant, put into a specific destination. You want this journey to be forever learning, discovery, growth, seeking um, what you can do next to improve your life experiences, your lifestyle, just so you can be the best you that you can be. All right. Um, Building genuine relationships, invest in building your relationships with others, um, take courses, take classes, go to school. Um, you want to be able to collaborate with others, build mutual respect and growth with others, and just try your best to put your best foot forward and celebrate your successes when you're able to complete and accomplish those things. Okay. Um, Especially in difficult times, you want to be able to do better, experience better, and build relationships that you can walk hand in hand with um, when things and difficult times do come. Okay. So finding your true self as an authentic leader requires introspective courage, the willingness to embrace authenticity to its fullest. Okay. You want to be able to stay true to yourself and lead with integrity, be honest with yourself, and inspire yourself within and inspire others without on the outside looking in. Okay. Stay positive as much as you possibly can because life is going to definitely keep throwing negative and difficult situations at you, but it's a matter of how you handle the difficult tasks, the challenging tasks, the personal growth in you. Okay. So, what I encourage all is just keep working on you, keep doing your best, and you will continuously grow to be a great leader. And people that you will probably be surprised at that are paying attention to you is going to see you as a good and a great leader, and they will follow your advice. So, again, thank you for watching Truth in Life with Johnny Sanders. Let's go and be good. Let's dare to be great. See you next time.